hates us now and it would be super awkward. But the first time we tried going after they broke up, it ended horribly because she told all her coworkers about how my friend broke her heart. So they just gave us the worst service ever on purpose. Like I ordered a burger and I'm pretty sure that thing was still mooing because they did not cook it.
Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god.
I just got tricked by—
Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god.
I just got tricked by a homeless man because I was driving through a parking lot and there was a guy with a sign saying, "Homeless, anything helps." So I rolled down my window and offered to buy him food from Subway because we were right next to one. But he was like, "Nah, I'm not really hungry right now. I would just prefer if you could give me some cash." So the anything helps part of his sign was definitely a lie, but I had some cash with me, so I was like, whatever, I'll just give him some money. But a couple days later, I'm driving through that same parking lot again and guess who I see? The homeless man. But something was different about him this time because on this day, he was wearing brand new Jordans. He spent the money I gave him on Jordans. And you may be like, oh, why are you mad? Homeless people need comfy shoes too. And you're right. But I'm mad because the ones he bought are off-white Jordans that are literally worth more than I could afford. But somehow this homeless man could buy them? He should have been helping me out. Am I low-key just jealous of him? Yeah. Even homeless people have more drip than me. I just got tricked by a homeless man because I was driving through a parking lot and there was a guy with a sign saying, "Homeless, anything helps." So I rolled down my window and offered to buy him food from Subway because we were right next to one. But he was like, "Nah, I'm not really hungry right now. I would just prefer if you could give me some cash." So the anything helps part of his sign was definitely a lie, but I had some cash with me, so I was like, whatever, I'll just give him some money. But a couple days later, I'm driving through that same parking lot again and guess who I see? The homeless man. But something was different about him this time because on this day, he was wearing brand new Jordans. He spent the money I gave him on Jordans. And you may be like, oh, why are you mad? Homeless people need comfy shoes too. And you're right. But I'm mad because the ones he bought are off-white Jordans that are literally worth more than I could afford. But somehow this Nobody talks about how embarrassing it is when someone says, "You would be a cute couple" to you and your crush, but they don't agree. Because one time, I was talking to this girl and my friend knew that I liked her, so to help me out, he became my wingman and said, "You know what I just realized about you guys? You would look so good as a couple." When he said this, I waited to see how she would react before I did anything, but immediately, with no hesitation, she just starts laughing hysterically. No words, just laughing. I've literally told her actual jokes before and I couldn't get her to laugh, but this did. So I don't know what to do now, and I just start laughing trying to match her energy, but then she's like, "Wait, why are you laughing?" And I was like, "Well, why are you laughing?" And she goes, "Because we never date, obviously." So then I'm like, "Yeah, that's totally why I laugh too." But then she just responds with, "Oh. What do you mean, oh? Like, why is it fine when you do it but not me? Does she want me to like her or not? I don't know what I'm supposed to say." Nobody talks about how—
Wait, why are you getting so many items?
Never fall asleep with your phone on silent mode because the other night I went to bed around 10 p.m. But in the morning when I woke up, I had like 15 text messages from my friend, including a couple photos. So I was thinking, what could he possibly be texting me this much about? But then I opened up the messages and they said things like, "Bro, get here ASAP. Where are you? Hurry up." So I still had no idea what he was talking about until I clicked on the photos he sent. And then my jaw dropped because you know who was in these photos? LeBron James! Me and my friend live in LA and he was randomly at the same restaurant as LeBron last night. And he knows LeBron is my glorious Pookie Bear honey bun, so he texted me trying to get me to come to the restaurant. But I was stupidly sleeping already, so I didn't see the messages until the morning. Do you know what I would have done to meet LeBron? I would have missed my own birth just to sniff the seat that LeBron was sitting in. Yet I didn't, all cause my stupid phone was on silent. Never fall asleep with your phone. Gen Z is gonna be the worst parents ever. Because I was recently invited to a 4-year-old's birthday party. It's not weird, I knew his uncle. But anyways, since it's his birthday, a lot of people got him presents. But one person decided to give him $500. So when the kid opened the envelope with the money, his Gen Z dad's eyes lit up and he said, "Here, give me the money. I'll keep it safe for you, buddy." So the kid reluctantly gave it to him, and you would think the dad took the money and just saved it for when he was older, right? Wrong, because the kid's uncle who I was there with told me that every time someone gives that kid money, his dad takes it and says he'll keep it safe for him when in reality, he just gambles it. So I was like, well, is he at least gonna give the kid some of the money he wins when he's older? But my friend was like, brother, there is no money. Because even if he does win, he just gambles all of that until eventually he has nothing left. That little guy's getting robbed. Gen Z is gonna be the worst parents ever. Because I was recently invited to—
Hey! What's up? You must not know me. Oh, you want to fight for real? Oh, you want to fight for real? Hey! What's up? You must not know me. Oh, you want to fight for real? Oh, you want to fight for real?
I I just made a little kid cry at Crumble Cookie because I was waiting in line, but right when it was my turn to order, one of the workers says, "Attention everybody, we only have 2 of the pumpkin roll cookies left." And after he said that, a little kid behind me who would have been next up to order goes, "Mom, there's 2 pumpkin cookies left. We made it just in time to get one." But little did this kid know, I wasn't just getting cookies for me, I was getting it for my roommates too. And they all wanted the pumpkin one. So the employee asks what I want, and I say, "I'll take 2 of your pumpkin roll cookies, please." But right when I say this, the kid starts screaming. No words, just screaming. So the mom picks him up and walks out. Have you ever noticed the difference between how boys are on the last day of school versus girls? Because the girls always seem to be super sad. Like, since they're not gonna see a lot of their friends over summer, they might be crying or hugging each other, saying they should hang out when they know that's definitely not gonna happen. But for some reason, boys don't experience any of those feelings because the way they act is completely different. Like, boys know that there's no consequences on the last day of school since you're not gonna be there again. So you can do something crazy. One time on the last day, this guy in my class had a really big crush on the teacher the whole year. So he literally brought flowers to school and asked her if she would go on a date with him. Sadly, she said no, because I guess she had a husband already. Does anyone else have a person in their friend group that just gets bullied for no reason? Like, even if they aren't doing anything wrong, they're just the group's punching bag. Because me and my friends were getting in a heated argument one time about whether it's better to watch a show in a different language dubbed.
Where'd you get all?
Does anyone else have a friend you'll be on FaceTime with for no reason at all? Like, you don't even gotta be talking or paying attention to each other, and you're always doing the most random things while on it. Like, I was on FaceTime with my friend once while I was making food, and my mom came in, but she didn't even notice him, because neither of us were talking. But then he coughed, which made my mom flinch and go, "Did you hear that?" And I said, "Hear what?" Then she goes, "I'm pretty sure I just heard someone cough." So I was like, "Oh yeah, that's James." And I showed her the phone, but then she was like, "Since when were you guys talking to each other?" And I was like, about the past 2 hours. Then she asked why no one was speaking if we were on the phone this whole time. And I was like, "I don't know. We just kind of like to chill in each other's presence, to be honest." But what makes this hilarious is James didn't even hear any of this conversation because he had me muted. Why was I muted, you ask? He was at the dentist. We were FaceTiming while he was getting a cavity removed. So when I say we FaceTime for no reason at all, I mean it. Does anyone else have a friend?